Tonight we have new information about what happened when a bus filled with many undocumented immigrants accidentally headed into Canada.
It was a trip that ended with an unwanted encounter with the Border Patrol and has many of the people who were on that bus worried for their futures. For the first time, we caught up with the owner of the company chartering that trip, who says this situation caught him completely off guard.
24 Hour News 8's Leon Hendricks is live tonight with what he had to say. Leon?
Marley and Brian, good evening. This whole thing has been devastating, that owner tells us, for he and his staff. But even in retrospect, he says, it doesn't appear that there's a whole lot that could have been done to prevent this. Wrong turns and confusion on the road are a matter of course in the busing business, but what happened last Thursday was not for the man behind the wheel of this bus.
Disappointed, sad, he cried. I'm sorry it happened. I really am.
A group of clients from the West Michigan Hispanic Center were headed to the Detroit Mexican Consulate for help with paperwork to maintain or achieve legal status when the driver accidentally missed an exit and headed toward Canada, where law enforcement and customs agents are always standing guard.
One of those things that was a nightmare and you wish it never happened.
What the driver did not know was that most of the people riding the bus that day were not documented in the country illegally and were now about to be in a lot of trouble.
This turned out to be a disaster.
The owner of Carefree Coaches says the highway had undergone changes in the past few months that caused confusion as to where to go. He says the driver tells him that one of the leaders from the Hispanic Center accidentally told him to go the wrong way.
Said that she lived down there for 7 years and she knew where she was going. And at the last turn there, before they went to the bridge, she told him to turn.
He's not pointing fingers here, but instead hoping, like the folks on that bus, that everything turns out okay.
It's sad. It's really sad, especially if there's kids involved. One lady from listening to your news said they might have to be deported again. I hope that don't happen.
The owner at Carefree tells us that he still hasn't been paid for that trip either. It was the first in a 6-month contract where he was going to be taking folks from Grand Rapids to Detroit each month. Doesn't know if that's still going to happen. As for those who are involved in the legal process, it's really just beginning for them. 3 of the people still remain locked up tonight. Reporting live in Wyoming, Leon Hendricks, 24 Hour News 8.